I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. Today I'm going to go over my top 5 list of most important supplies when working in colored pencil. First on my list are the colored pencils themselves. I personally prefer Prismacolor. You'll want to avoid bargain brands. They work so differently than high quality colored pencils that it's almost like working in a different medium. When purchasing your colored pencils, I recommend going with as large of a set as you can get. You will be doing blending with them, but the more colors you have available to you, the easier your job will be. Number 2 on my list is the paper that you choose. My 2 preferences are Strathmore Drawing in medium, which is an 80-pound weight paper, and Strathmore Bristol Vellum, which is a bit heavier. The Bristol Vellum is a bit smoother than the medium weight. The medium weight will allow me to get more detail versus the Bristol Vellum gives me a smoother finish. Number 3 on my list is Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner, which I use for blending. It has almost no odor at all and it works very, very well. Along with your paint thinner, you're going to want a small container to hold it in while you're working. I chose a Tupperware type container that has a rubbery seal on it, which helps keep the paint thinner in. This stuff likes to leak out of everything. Even given this rubbery finish, I wouldn't put it in a bag where it was going to sit or tip upside down because over time that probably will drip out slightly. Along with the paint thinner, you're going to also want some paintbrushes. I have a set of about 5 that I work with in different sizes and different stiffness. Some of the brushes are softer, some are fairly stiff. You'll want to play around with a few different types and see what you're more comfortable working with. One more thing to go along with the paint thinner is an old rag. You don't want your paintbrush to be sopping wet with the paint thinner when you hit the paper, so I dab some of the excess off onto my old rag. Number 4 on my list is an electric eraser. This has the power to pull up more colored pencil from your piece than any regular eraser possibly can. This also, because the tip is so small, you're going to be able to get finer detail with it than you would a normal eraser. Number 5 on my list is a large clipboard to tape your work to. The masking tape that I use is regular 3M. A lot of artists prefer the blue painter's tape. I don't use that for 2 reasons. I hate that color of blue and I don't want to look at it for hours on end, but that's just a personal weird thing of mine. The other reason is that I just prefer a higher tack tape. I use a heavy enough weight paper that if I pull it off slowly, I'm not going to rip it. You do have to be very careful. The other thing is that I tend to use paper that's much larger than my actual project, so if something did tear a little bit, it's no big deal for me to just trim that edge off. Taping your work down to your clipboard accomplishes a couple of things. First, it's not going to be moving around and sliding all over the place as you're applying pressure, and you do apply quite a bit of pressure when working in colored pencil. The other is that when you're working in paint thinner, you're actually getting your paper fairly wet and it can somewhat warp. When it's taped down on the edges, when it dries, it will dry perfectly smooth. I have new painting and drawing videos every Wednesday, so make sure you subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with my newest work.